G'day, I am Robert Bruce and welcome to my awesome new program, Raising Kundalini. This is the ultimate secret training program for achieving clairvoyance, genius, and even levels of immortality. This program will be available December the 18th, 2013 from astraldynamics.com. Here's what you'll learn in this video. You'll learn what my Raising Kundalini program is all about. This includes the specific types of energy work, psychic development, and spiritual training that you'll be learning in the program. Also, we have a special offer where you can get 20% off the price. This will apply to anyone purchasing the new program during the first 7 days after it is launched. How I finally learned how to raise Kundalini and transform my energy body. 30 years ago, there were literally no useful instruction books on how to raise Kundalini. It's pretty much the same thing today. There are some books about Kundalini, but they are not very instructive and are steeped in Eastern culture and language that often does not make a lot of sense to the Western mind. And when I tried to find help on Kundalini many years ago, I could not find any teachers that had actually raised Kundalini or even knew very much about it. Because of this, I think, most common conceptions of Kundalini today seem to stem from the mysterious Eastern traditions and urban mythology, and not from practical first-hand experience. Back then, I needed extra power to take myself to the next level, to increase my healing powers, and to help me deal with some major spiritual problems and issues that I was facing at the time as a healer and spiritual consultant. Now, I've ignited the serpent energy countless times, and I've personally taught students how to activate and raise Kundalini too. I've also written and published several best-selling books, toured internationally for years, appeared on TV and radio countless times, and all of what I am today is the result of raised Kundalini. Raising my Kundalini liberated my inner genius, and the rest is becoming history. I have created humanity's first ever training guide for raising Kundalini. I am the only author alive who's deliberately and consciously raised Kundalini multiple times. If you know of another, please tell me. Every technique and exercise I give here works extremely well. Anyone can succeed with liberating Kundalini if they go about it in the right way. You don't need permission from any deity, and you don't need to become an expert on Eastern culture and terminology. You don't need to be initiated into a secret occult society or religion. And you don't need to study under a guru for 30 years and miss out on all the good things life offers. You don't need to be celibate and teetotal and live a perfect life. Kundalini can be compared with puberty in the sense that once Kundalini is activated, it begins the process of evolving you to the next level of consciousness and spiritual maturity. It opens doors to whole new levels of psycho-spiritual development. Why most energy workers never succeed at raising Kundalini, and what can be done about it? First off, most people are learning from so-called experts that do not have actual personal experience with raising Kundalini multiple times. Most people believe it is impossible for them, normal people, to raise Kundalini. This is a myth, as just about anyone can raise Kundalini if they approach it in the right way. People usually don't prepare their minds and energy bodies properly for raising Kundalini. And if you don't get this part right, raising Kundalini is much more difficult and problematic. People generally use low-power, popular visualization-based methods, as opposed to my super effective body awareness tactile imaging system that anyone can learn and start using in under 5 minutes. People also believe that Kundalini is a one-off, a one and done kind of event that happens spontaneously as a result of many years of dedicated practices, including yoga and meditation. This is also not entirely true. Given the confusion, rumors and mythology surrounding Kundalini and its symptoms, it is very difficult to work out what to expect, what is actually happening, and what to do in your practices. There is no reliable yardstick available to help with this. Well, all of that is set to change when my new program, Raising Kundalini, is released. You will then know exactly what to look for, what to expect, and exactly what to do when something happens. Why some people have negative experiences with Kundalini? Natural spontaneous Kundalini awakening can happen, which is unavoidable. Any intense pursuit, including spiritual practices like meditation and energy work, is capable of awakening Kundalini. Art and music and deep thinking, if taken to higher levels, are also capable of awakening the genius of Kundalini. The problem here is that if you don't know what is happening, you can't easily deal with these types of situations in healthy and productive ways. People are generally unprepared to handle raised Kundalini, which is avoidable with the right training. This mainly comes from a lack of practical knowledge concerning the ways of Kundalini. As I said earlier, there has been no reliable and understandable yardstick available until now. Some people trigger Kundalini phenomena or Kundalini awakening by ingesting powerful psychedelic substances, which is also totally avoidable. While this sounds like a cool shortcut, in practice this is a risky way to trigger Kundalini, because, if successful, you may be totally unprepared to handle the consequences. The most frequently asked questions about Kundalini are: is raising Kundalini safe? Yes, it is relatively safe if you take the time and make the effort to properly train and prepare yourself. The more prepared you are, the safer it becomes. What happens if I do raise Kundalini? Well, your consciousness will begin the process of evolving to the next level. Your psychology will also change, along with many physical and energy body changes. Dormant abilities and talents will start to surface, including psychic abilities, artistic, musical, and intellectual prowess, according to the interests and passions and how your chakras are wired. Can I stop Kundalini if I don't like it? By this, if you mean, can you stop Kundalini from raising in a session once it starts, the answer is no. This can be compared with trying to stop an intense sneezing fit or an orgasm. If you have ever tried to stop yourself sneezing, then you know that it is not easily done. How many people have raised Kundalini before? Well, this is very difficult to estimate because of the secrecy involved. While I am sure there are dozens or even hundreds, probably not thousands, in the Eastern spiritual traditions around the world today that have done this, the only ones you tend to hear about are a few people like Gopi Krishna and Carl Jung that both had spontaneous Kundalini experiences. I think the main reason you don't hear of many people raising Kundalini or instructions on how to do it is that the Eastern traditions, it is forbidden to share this kind of information, often on pain of death. The traditions and religions like to keep control of knowledge. Typically, this kind of information is only passed on orally from master to student. Fortunately, I am not bound by any such oaths of secrecy because I worked it out for myself, albeit with a little help from the masters. The bottom line here is adequate education and preparation enables you to raise Kundalini in relative safety. Raising Kundalini is going to ignite massive and permanent spiritual growth in your life, and you'll be one of the few humans to ever experience this monumental psycho-spiritual leap in consciousness and the superhuman abilities that can go with this. The format of the Raising Kundalini program. It is comprised of streaming and downloadable video content. This includes formats to suit viewing with both computers and smartphones. The program contains over 10 hours of high-quality video modules. We have worked long and hard on this program for the past 2 years. And if I don't say myself, the videos are slick and carefully thought out. I took great care to only include what is actually needed to learn how to raise Kundalini. A companion workbook is also included to help you with the program. As an experienced author, teacher, and workshop presenter, I am keenly aware of the consequences of information overload and how to avoid this. For this reason, the program contains everything you need to know how to raise Kundalini, but without too much by way of ancient Eastern cultural and language lessons to bog it all down. The Essentials Program. The Raising Kundalini program also includes, completely free, the Essentials Program. The Essentials Program contains new high-quality video tutorials for learning all the foundation skills and techniques you'll need for learning body awareness, tactile imaging, energy work, learning how to achieve altered states of consciousness, and other essential skills. The Essentials Program is designed for complete beginners and also as a refresher course for more advanced students. We've decided to keep the Essentials Program separate from the main program so as not to clutter it up by having too much information in one place. Why raise Kundalini? In a nutshell, Kundalini triggers unlimited spiritual growth and unlocks truly massive potential. Raising Kundalini transforms the anatomy of your energy body and enhances the dynamics of your chakra system. Kundalini awakens dormant psychic abilities like clairvoyance and clairaudience and telepathy and empathy and more. Kundalini makes it easier to astral project and lucid dream. This is a part of becoming more conscious as your consciousness evolves and matures. Your physical body and mind need to rest, but your spirit does not. In time, with Raise Kundalini, you can learn to remain spiritually conscious 100% of the time on multiple levels. Kundalini unlocks your creative genius according to your natural talents and interests and how your chakras are wired. This can manifest as artistic or musical genius, intellectual and scientific genius, anything. This is the reason why, I think, the ancient Egyptians utilized Kundalini. It's obvious to me. Signs of this are found throughout their art and sculpture. For example, look at a picture of the Sphinx. This used to have a cobra rising from its forehead. And look at the uraeus headpiece, for example, that is found on numerous Egyptian sculptures and stone carvings of ancient pharaohs and queens. The sculptures show a cobra rising from the forehead. The golden headpiece artifact itself is a coiled cobra with the hooded cobra head rising from the forehead. Helping people to raise Kundalini is my way of helping the world. I hope you'll join me. The way I see it, the more people with raised Kundalini, the higher quality will be the positive vibrations of our world. This will change our shared reality for the better. Understanding the human energy body. You will learn the anatomy of the human energy body. I'll be explaining everything you need to know so you will have a good workable understanding of the human energy body. You will also be learning through first-hand exploration of your own energy body. You will be discovering the spiritual powers of your major chakras and how they affect your personality. You will become intimately familiar with your own invisible second body, your energy body. This program imparts a practical understanding of the human energy body and the ways of Kundalini. You will also learn how to feel the energies and auras of other people with your hands. This is easy to do and anyone can do it. At my live workshops, I usually teach this in the second lesson, and 99% of people are successful at doing this at the time. How to perform effective energy work. I invented the new energy waves techniques, new for short, for my own use many years ago, after I gave up on the popular visualization-based methods of the time. I eventually gave this a more descriptive term, which is body awareness tactile imaging. Body awareness tactile imaging stimulation of the energy body and its chakras is easily 10 times more powerful than any visualization-based method. This is truly the missing link on how to move energy, and the secret to my success, as it unlocked many doors for me. People who are already practiced with my energy work methodology are going to learn new and more advanced and powerful techniques. These are the things that I do myself, and this program is a perfect place to share them. Many other mind and body and energy work techniques are included in this program, including advice on diet and health, and on various forms of fasting and inner cleansing practices. These are helpful for preparing the body for Kundalini raising sessions, and some of these practices are absolutely essential for raising Kundalini. How to strobe the chakras. Strobing, this is my term, means to turbocharge a chakra until it strobes and emits a massive energy burst and brilliant flash of clairvoyant light in the mind's eye. The visual mind's eye flash itself is mainly related to strobing the brow chakra, although all the other chakras can cause visual strobing effects, all of which are simply mind-blowing. The strobing light indicates the chakra is now operating on the intense energy level of Kundalini. I'll show you techniques for strobing major chakras. The base or root chakra is, of course, the most important to strobe for raising Kundalini. Chakras can strobe independently or in groups. Everyone is wired slightly differently, chakra-wise, so Kundalini can manifest in several different ways. Chakras are also capable of strobing completely independent of any other Kundalini activity. For example, the brow chakra, the third eye, can strobe independently when high-level clairvoyance is activating. A purple brow chakra strobe can also occur when creative talents are surfacing. These kinds of events can transform your life in a single session. Flash activating the brow chakra. Strobing the third eye activates high-level clairvoyance at what could aptly be called a Nostradamus level. The famous vision screen, my term, will appear inside your mind's eye. At this time, The vision screen can be seen with your eyes opened or closed. It is that powerful. This is like having a computer monitor inside your head. Apart from visions, this also has enormous processing power. The range of uses here is only limited by your imagination. I give precise methods for controlling the vision screen and tuning and focusing clairvoyant imagery and movies on it. There are also certain universal initiation type programs wired into the collective consciousness that will activate under certain circumstances. For example, the vision stream. Here you will see an endless stream of images every time you deeply relax or enter an altered state of consciousness. Simple images changing every few seconds, thousands of them. What you are supposed to do here is briefly describe each image. For example, a green bicycle, a bald man with glasses, a mountain, a tree, etc. This process calibrates and synchronizes how the visual imagery producing energy of your third eye is translated by the sight center of your brain, which uses your unique learned mental associations to create imagery out of the energy it is receiving. Once you successfully calibrate your third eye, the vision stream goes away and you are ready to receive. Comprehensive energy work regimen. We'll be turbocharging the chakras and clearing away blockages. We'll be circulating energy through the meridians. We'll be working on strobing the chakras. We'll be burning away the base chakra seal, which seems designed to stop Kundalini from accidentally awakening. We'll be awakening and liberating the Kundalini force. We'll be learning how to raise Kundalini again and again to achieve higher levels of psycho-spiritual metaphysical development. As I've said, Kundalini is not a one-and-done phenomena, as is commonly believed. It is a whole new level of consciousness and energy. Staying healthy and regular. I'll be showing you how to avoid problems like Kundalini psychosis and clairvoyant schizophrenia, and how to handle a variety of issues relating to changes that can result from realizing this mega powerful level of consciousness. I'll be showing you how to manage empathic overload and agoraphobia with some tips and tricks. This can happen to some people when the onslaught of empathic and telepathic and psychic impressions becomes too overwhelming. I'll show you how to cope with unusual cravings. For example, you may find yourself craving fruitcake and cheese or celery. This is because your body is medicating itself and craving what it needs. I'll also show you how to handle overly strong sexual urges if they manifest. This is not usually a big problem, and I've only come across a few people that have had this issue in all the years I've been exploring this field. This is contrary to popular urban mythology, of course, as a common warning about Kundalini you might hear is that it causes massive sexual urges. Again, this is not a big issue, and certainly not something to worry about. And for the rare cases where there is a problem like this, there are easy ways to diffuse it. For example, heavy physical exercise will completely diffuse this energy. You'll be learning my mega grounding techniques to reduce excess energy. There are many ways to do this, including eating, exercise, and manually draining it into the planet with body awareness tactile imaging. And you'll be learning how to care for and clear your chakras. When you start using your chakras a lot, they'll become more active and sensitive than usual. So they need regular maintenance and care to keep them clear and healthy. Beyond Kundalini. I also discuss some amazing possibilities relating to Kundalini. There are the immortality options. I say options because there are many levels of Kundalini and several levels of what can be called immortality, as well as other amazing options that can appear once you have raised Kundalini and achieved stability. And there are the ascended masters and angels to consider, and other higher beings. You are likely to encounter such beings once you have successfully raised Kundalini. There might also come a time when you'll want to explore other options, and even to ascend from mortal life completely. For example, one day you may want to begin the path of the masters yourself. The possibilities are endless. Now we get to the need to know details bit. Well, first off, you can start watching this program on December the 18th, 2013. Now, let's discuss tuition fees. I've spent a lot of time on this issue, agonizing over it, considering just what would be a fair price for this program. I discussed this with a few friends in business that I respect to find out what they thought the new program would be worth. I got a wide range of responses. One figure was $999. No way, I thought. That's way too high. Although this program is well worth any amount. Another figure was $485. Still not a very friendly amount. I wanted to make the new program as accessible to as many people as possible, but while also not undervaluing it. So I finally set it on a figure of $399.85. This is a much more affordable figure for most people. And if you sign up in the first 7 days after we launch the Raising Kundalini program, you'll get 20% off the price. That makes it only $319.85, a saving of $80. This is the most important investment into your spiritual education that you will ever make. So take action right now and bookmark astraldynamics.com/Raising Kundalini. Thank you for showing interest in my new program. Raising Kundalini is the first of its kind in the world. It truly is the ultimate secret to spiritual development, and I've waited a very long time to share this information. This short video cannot possibly contain all the fine details of the program, but hopefully it has given you a taste of it. The Raising Kundalini program is very detailed and provides everything you will need, whether you are a complete beginner or an advanced mystic. Bye.